Hey guys, I'm back again with another video. It's been a while since the last time I made a video. The things have been hectic here, trying to figure things out. I'm trying to think of some more ideas that are not just helmet related, you know, because I do a lot of helmets and the tutorials are pretty much the same in every single one of the helmets. So today we're going to switch it up. Today we're going to be working on an armor piece that's actually 3D printed that I 3D modeled myself. That's right, guys. I modeled this myself. What did I model? Basically, if you saw the thumbnail and you saw the intro, I modeled a 3D printable chest shield of a Mandalorian. I don't know if it's from the movie or it's from that Disney Plus series. I really do not know. But I was commissioned to do this, and the person that asked me to do it showed me a picture from somebody online. I guess they drew it out or they made a sculpt of it. But this person is a plus size. So usually when you buy something online, it's a standard size that doesn't fit everybody. So if you're too skinny, it won't fit. If you're, more muscular or more, plus size-ish of a way, it's not going to fit you. So, she came to me. She asked me if I could do this. I told her, yeah, I can pretty much do this. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to 3D print this. I'm going to show you the picture right here, right here. As you guys can see in this picture right here, basically I used the program in Blender. I put it all together. The details were not that hard to do. It took a little bit of while to get everything right in the right way because there are some bevels that I'm not really used to doing in such a program because I'm fairly new to the whole Blender process. I don't really work on it a lot. I've only been at it for about a month and a half now. So as you guys can see, there are some beveled areas here. But with this armor, because a lot of people do 3D printed armors, and they're always worried that if it's going to break or anything. And some people ask, can you use fiberglass resin? Can you use Rondo? What can you use? And a lot of people do not share those information. So basically what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to reinforce your armor that's 3D printed so it actually can withstand a little bit more strength and hold more feel of armor-ish feeling, I guess. That's what the way the client that commissioned me to make this, it wants to feel more strong, more sturdy, more rough. And so I basically suggested, we can use some SmoothCast. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to print this. We're going to take it downstairs, and I'm going to show you basically what I do to give this some extra reinforcements. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now first is put on our gloves, because remember, you got to remember safety first, guys. Like, if I can actually put my glove on, that is, alright, there we go. Perfect. So we're going to take our part A and our part B of our SmoothCast 320. We're going to take these two measuring containers and we're going to put 10 milliliters in each container. So we're going to pour in our part A first, and then what we're going to do is put in our part B in our other container. Combine them both together after giving each one a little bit of a stir. That's what way we can just mix it a little bit together as stated. So a little mix right there. Oh, what a lovely little thing. All right, so what I'm going to do now is take my brush and I'm going to pass over the resin all over the back of the torso. That way I can get every little crevice of the details on the back. So that way I don't miss a spot, because I want to make sure that this is completely hardened all over the inside of the torso, because I want to make sure it gives it that nice even strength all over the backside. I'm planning on doing at least maybe 2 to 3 different coats of this plastic resin, and you have to work pretty fast with the 320 because it is a pourable resin for molds. It is not a rotary resin. So over here, you got to work pretty fast. And if you're working in an area like my own, where I live in a tropical place where it's nice and hot, this tends to cure a little bit faster. So time is of the essence when you're working with this, guys. And remember, you might not be seeing my face right now, but I am wearing a respirator during this time because this resin does have a smell. So remember, wear gloves and wear a respirator always when working with any type of resin or molding material. All right, guys, so as you can see here, apparently the resin has seeped through the 3D print, which means the layer lines weren't completely tight. So with the resin, it actually sealed up those layer lines, making the print even more sturdy, which is going to help us on the long run to the next step. So as you guys can see here, the first layer of the SmoothCast 320 is completely dry to the touch. As you can see, it's nice and smooth right now. So what we're going to do is take our part A and our part B, and we're going to work on to the next step of adding a second layer around the whole back. And then after that is dry, we're going to add a third layer, so that way we can give this print the sturdiness that it needs.
Hours later.
All right, guys, now that we've let this thing sit for a whole day, the inside is completely hardened. So now that we have that set, we're going to go to the front, and we're going to use our 320 to actually put some resin right here on the top of the pectoral area of the chest piece. That way it's smoothing out those print lines, as well as getting those welding lines out of the way, and just trying to get it as smooth as possible, but avoiding any of the detail areas. That way we don't fill in those gaps and then lose the detail and have to work really hard. That's one of the things you want to avoid when you're working with this type of resin or any resin. Do not go over any of the details, because you could lose a lot of delicate details in your print. All right, guys, it is time for the next step, and that is some spot filler and Bondo and some filler primer. So what we're going to do now, as you can see, I already put some spot filler around some of the areas, and we're going to go along and sand it. And we're going to be adding more spot filler and some filler primer continuously until we get that baby nice and smooth. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with some 220 grit sandpaper. Yeah, 220 grit sandpaper, and then we're going to work our way all the way to around 600 grit sandpaper, and then start doing the wet sanding process, which you guys know in previous videos with the 3D printed helmets of the Power Rangers and the Kamen Riders. You guys can see those videos on how I actually did the sanding and what sandpaper I use right there in the cards up in the corner, which you guys can click right after this video and see the process of what I did with the wet sanding. It is a long process, but it is a process that always pays off in the end. All right, guys, so we finally have this thing all finished, smoothed out, and ready to be shipped to my friend all the way in Canada. As you can see, this thing came out very super smooth. It is nice, pretty much ready. There are a lot of areas that were so hard to sand, especially like around these little detail areas that I modeled, and around here. Do you know how hard it is to get even like a toothpick or something in there without breaking the sandpaper and everything? But yeah, I got everything filled and sanded. There was a lot of filler primer and spot filler to get the small details without covering it up too much. And then I use another type of Bondo. It's something a little bit different than the one I normally use. It's a little bit more liquid, so it actually falls into the grooves of the print lines, which is a lot better. I don't know if this is something that's sold in normal stores. I only found this by coincidence when I went to go buy some sandpaper at a local paint shop that does like some Bondo and fiberglass and everything. So I ended up trying to use it, and I was surprised that sucker like went on and fell right into I didn't even have to like really like push it in there. It like fell right in. I just had to scrape it to the side, just spread it around and everything, and it came out so nice, filled in these areas, because as you guys remember when I first started this, half of this was basically cut from the middle of each direction, horizontal and vertical, and you can't even tell that there was anything. You know, this was actually based off a design that was online on Etsy. You know, guys, when you buy stuff on there, and if you're more of a husky person, like, you know, plus size and everything, these things are mostly done in a standard size. So if they're selling a cast, it's mostly at a standard body type. You know, it's not for like extra plus. You know, somebody's a little extra fluffy. You know.
Oh my God, yes.
So, you know, I spoke to my friend, and she was telling me all about it and everything, and I told her, well, if you buy this, it's going to have that issue, and you're going to have that problem. So she said if I could model it and then, you know, make it to her measurements. So, you know, we decided and we did that. And first she wanted to do it as a resin, but I was like thinking, this should be a lot fine because it's hard, especially since I used the resin on the inside of it, and I basically coated the inside with some SmoothCast. It came out fairly nice. You know, it's not clean like you would expect. You know, like all that matters is the outside to be clean. So, but the best thing about it, if you guys ever feel like you want to reinforce your helmets or you want to reinforce your armor pieces on the inside because you're afraid that during shipment your 3D prints are going to break or something. So I would recommend something like this because it is completely solid because of the backing of the SmoothCast. I'll put a link in the description below. That way you guys can actually know where to buy it at a decent cost, because I know if you live in Puerto Rico like I do, if you order it from Reynolds or SmoothCast directly, they will charge you like an additional $50 for shipping, even if it's something small. You know, it's basically double the price of what you pay for something, because the 65D is like about $35, depending on where you get it from. Maybe eBay, Amazon. I don't know any other websites that sell it, but that's where I get it from. I get it from Amazon. I used to get it from eBay, but you know, with everything going on right now, it's a lot easier to find on Amazon. And it's in a kit. You have to buy it as a kit. So you get two little small bottles. I'll show a picture right here. You get two little small bottles, part A and part B. It's an even coating, you know. The same amount is an even ratio. One part of part A, one part of part B, and it'll reinforce these props. You know, it'll give it a lot of more, you know, strength. Because I'm like squeezing the crap out of this. You can tell by the shaking of my arms, and it's strong. This thing is strong, and it's gonna go all the way to Canada. This thing, I like the way the design was. You know, I only had a front view of this piece and then like a semi-turned view. So, you know, I had to like use a mannequin into the modeling program, so that way I was able to know where it was gonna go around to the side. So, and then basically stretch out the model into the measurements of my friend. I think this will look fine. You know, it's a little big on me because it's not supposed to be, you know, so there. So this thing is like to the measurement she gave me. So, you know, it's like it's supposed to only reach a little bit to the front, you know, because if I go to the neck, it's going to poke me right in the Adam's apple. And so this thing is perfect. I like the way it came out. It's nice and smooth. These sections came out really nice. The little diamonds, I don't know, kind of make me think of Harley Quinn. I don't know. You know, Harley little diamond design. But yeah, if you guys want to know where to get all that stuff, all the materials I use, and you guys are looking forward to trying this on your next armor, and which I suggest you do if you really want that extra reinforcement. And the best thing about it, if you're going to be wearing armor 3D print and you can't really stand the inside, this SmoothCast actually makes the inside of the armor, if you're going to be wearing it on your arms or anything, so smooth, so you don't have to be worrying about scratching against your skin, scratching against your cosplay of fabric. So it gives it that nice smooth feel, so it just kind of slides on and off, and I feel it's a lot better because I've worn armor pieces that you can't really stand the inside of it because, you know, it's the point, and sometimes the edges will kind of drip to your fabric of your clothes or your shirts or anything, and you know, then it looks kind of bad. Well, by the end of the day, you see like little strings pulled out of your shirts or your pants and everything. So something like this also has a benefit for functionality when it comes to the rest of your cosplay. You don't have to worry about it getting ruined or strings being pulled out from the inside of the 3D print. So, like I said, I'm gonna put links in the description below of every part I got, including the filament that I've actually been using for this, because I actually started using a different kind of filament. I've been using Duramic 3D, which is actually pretty good. It's a PLA Plus lately. It's about, for the black, it's about $18.99. It was $14.99, but I guess the more I buy it, the higher the price got. I don't know, maybe it's becoming more and more popular. So yeah, if you guys want some of this Duramic 3D, I will leave a link in the description below, right down here. So I will leave it down there for you guys, as well as the SmoothCast 65D, the SmoothCast 300. I will try to see if I can find a website that sells the type of Bondo that I actually used, because it's not really a Bondo, it's more like a filler Bondo that actually fills in like little pinholes and everything, like a spot filler, but a little bit better. Because the bottle that I bought was about $21.99 for a bottle this big, and a hardener, because it comes with a hardening agent, which is this big, like a little traveling toothpaste size. So I will see if I can find any online shops that sell that. So if they do, I will also put that in the description below. And if you guys have any questions, any comments of this type of armor, or if you guys are interested in seeing some more Star Wars based builds, you know, make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know what you want to see. If you want to see anything besides Power Rangers, because I do a lot more than just Power Rangers stuff. Alright guys, and before I end this video, I actually wanted to let you know I ended up getting something special in the mail from TNT Cosplay. This is actually a material that I bought for the first time ever that I'm going to be using in a future build for a video for you guys. Actually, 2 videos I'm going to be using it for. But let's see what is inside. I know what is inside, but you guys don't know what's inside. So we're just going to go here, place it in there, go for fingers. Or what's inside, that would suck. Have you ever guys had that happen? You open something and ooh, nice! It's a secret. Can't even see what's in here. So we got 1 pack, we got 1, 2, and a little note. And a box I might use for the future, but I don't need this right now. Alright. So let's see what is this? What's this paper? Is it a receipt? Probably just a receipt. It's a receipt. Kids, don't open stuff like this at home or ever. If there are any kids watching. Alright. Here we go. Alright, nice. If you guys are wondering what this is actually a stretch box type of material. It's almost like Lycra, it's a spandex, so it's pretty stretchy. So I'm going to show you the leather area. As you guys see, nice leather, look at that. This thing is, oh, it feels nice. It does feel like a leather, it does feel like leather. The next one I actually did order a lot more. This is like a lot thicker, so I need more of this color. So I'm just going to open it from the side like I did before. Right. So let's see what we got here. What do we got here? What? We have some Fox Black leather spandex. Like you were wondering, Oscar, what are you gonna be building with some black and red spandex? Are you gonna be sewing a costume? Like, no, I'm not gonna be sewing a costume. This material I'm actually gonna be using for the first time, and instead of using paint for a build, I'm gonna be using this fabric. These things are gonna go for 2 separate builds. You're just thinking to yourself, what am I gonna build? What am I gonna build? I'll tell you next time. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Relax. What I will be building on this channel, we're gonna be making the Psycho Ranger armor plus a plus size Phantom Ranger cosplay armor. So those 2 were gonna be part of the video. I actually 3D modeled both of the armors in Blender. You're gonna see the making of a Psycho Ranger armor. Not just the helmet, we're going full on armor. We're talking gauntlets, we're talking chest piece, back piece, cod piece,
the boot cuffs, everything. We're gonna do that. Also, along with the Phantom Ranger. If you guys are excited to see a build of a Psycho Ranger cosplay and a Phantom Ranger cosplay, also leave a like on the video if you're looking forward to that, and a comment down below, as well as if you want to see some more of the 3D model armor that I could possibly make. But I hope you guys learned a little bit more today of how you want to reinforce your armors for your cosplay in the future when you're doing 3D prints, if you do have a 3D printer or you get a raw 3D print made. That way you don't have to worry about how to reinforce and worry about it breaking on the way to the convention or on the way back home from the convention. So I will hope to see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a wonderful and amazing week. Bye.